There are only 4 supplements you actually need to take, and I'm about to tell you what they are. Welcome back, listeners. This is the Biohacking Consultant, and I'm your host, Dr. Farah Fatani. My career spans in both the clinical and operational sides of medicine in America and the Middle East for almost 15 years, and I started this podcast as an extension of my mission at FAF Advisory, which is to spread wellness and help you achieve peak body performance and longevity. Today, we're going to cut through the gimmicks and stop juggling 15 different bottles of supplements that you probably don't even need. There's really only 4 basic ones that your body might need, and that you may not get enough of in your food. So first things first, we're going to kick things off with the most underrated of nutrients, which is magnesium. So magnesium is involved in 300 biochemical reactions in the body, and that includes supporting your nervous system, muscle recovery, heart rhythm, and even your blood sugar control. It's essential for good sleep, reducing anxiety, and preventing cramps. Being low on magnesium can cause muscle spasms, fatigue, tremors even, nausea and vomiting, anxiety, irritability, and bone loss. In severe cases, it can even cause seizures. Now, what exactly causes magnesium deficiency? I mean, besides it being, not adequate enough in our diet. So, you may have malabsorption issues. Certain medications can prevent magnesium absorption, like diuretics or proton pump inhibitors. You may have kidney disease, alcoholism also. So it's very important to address those things. So you might be thinking, what is the optimal amount of magnesium to get in a day? So most adults need anywhere between 300 to 400 milligrams a day. And you've got different types of magnesium as well. There are 3 main kinds. So you've got magnesium glycinate, which is great for sleep and stress. You've got magnesium citrate for constipation mainly. And then you've got magnesium threonate. So threonate is good for improved cognitive function. Now, for some people, it can cause GI discomfort. So discomfort in your stomach can cause diarrhea. And if you have any kidney issues, certainly consult with your doctor first before experimenting on your own. And not only is magnesium great as a supplement, magnesium oil is probably the best deodorant that you can get for yourself. So much better than those so-called natural deodorants that you find at the store or those aluminum-free deodorants. If you've noticed, if you've used any of those before, they don't really work very well, honestly. So magnesium oil, what it does is it'll kill the bacteria that causes odors while still allowing you to perspire, so removing the toxins from your body. Another great way to use magnesium oil is to rub it under your feet, the soles of your feet. What that does is it aids in relaxation and helps you sleep better because the bottom of your feet are very porous. They've got large pores, so it absorbs the magnesium oil very, very well in your body. Now, our next vital supplement on the list is, of course, what I like to call the sunshine vitamin, which is vitamin D. So, unfortunately, right now, we are witnessing epidemic levels of vitamin D deficiency. And that's a problem because vitamin D supports your immune function, mood regulation, and bone health. And it's also linked to reducing risk of chronic disease. Okay, so what happens when you are low on vitamin D? What are the signs and symptoms? A lot of people won't have any symptoms at all, but some will experience mood changes, muscle weakness, including fatigue, and an increased susceptibility to infections as well. Now, clinically, when you're really low on vitamin D, in children, it can cause rickets, which is a softening or a weakening of the bones, which lead to deformities like bow-leggedness. In adults can cause osteomalacia, which also is a softening of the bones, which can cause pain and an increased risk of fractures. And of course, as you've heard of, osteoporosis, which is a thinning and weakening of the bones, which also increases risk of fractures. Now, why are so many people so low on vitamin D? It's not just about getting it in your diet. Some people don't get enough in their diet. Most people don't. But also, they get limited sun exposure. And not only that, there is a little known fact that darker skin is actually associated with lower levels of vitamin D. Now, why is that? See, the melanin is responsible for your skin color, obviously. The more of it you have, the darker your skin. And what melanin does is it actually absorbs UVB rays before it can reach the skin's deeper layers, and that's where vitamin D is synthesized. So, those of you with darker skin may want to test your vitamin D levels, see where you're at, and possibly supplement as well. Now, how much vitamin D do you need a day? So, generally, for most people, anywhere between 1 to 2,000 IUs a day is generally safe. Now, if you're really deficient, you might need to go a little bit higher, like 20,000 IUs per week. But that'll all depend on how low or deficient you are in your vitamin D levels and the plan that you come up with your provider. Now, what's so interesting about these two first supplements that I talked about, magnesium and vitamin D, is that they go hand in hand together. They create a feedback loop to where they're actually dependent on each other. So, magnesium is needed to activate vitamin D, and the activated vitamin D improves magnesium absorption. So, deficiency in one can lead to a functional deficiency in the other. Now, if you're on any antibiotics, corticosteroids, or cholesterol medication, you may want to space those out 2 to 3 hours from taking the magnesium because they may interact with each other. Also, keep in mind that having too much vitamin D can cause issues like nausea or kidney stones, so certainly test your levels and consult your physician. Now let's move on to our third vital supplement on the list, and that's omega-3. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil. So these are anti-inflammatory powerhouses, essentially. They'll support your brain health, cardiovascular function, joint mobility, and even skin hydration. Now, how much do you need? Generally anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day, and that'll cover general wellness, heart health, and even, for some people, depression. Now, as far as interactions, omega-3 can thin the blood, so if you are on blood thinners or blood pressure medication, of course I would consult your healthcare provider. Now, the one thing about omega-3, though, is that they're not all created equal, okay? The thing with omega-3s and fish oils is that you're going to want a very high quality one because some of the ones out there already have rancid fish oil in them, and rancid oils are very toxic. They're going to cause more harm than good when you take those supplements. And a key way to tell that that fish oil has already gone rancid is when you have that fishy aftertaste or those fishy burps that come after you take it. So you're going to want to look for third-party testing to make sure that it is a very high quality one. Now, last but certainly not least on this list is going to be a good multivitamin. Now, think of this as basically nutritional insurance. Why? Because it fills in the dietary gaps, especially for nutrients like vitamin B12, zinc, selenium, and iodine. And it's particularly useful in people who are on plant-based diets or who are intermittent fasting or just simply don't get enough variety in their diet. So, what do you look for when choosing a multivitamin? So, you want one with methylated B vitamins, chelated minerals, and no artificial fillers. Also, you certainly want to avoid mega doses. You don't want to overload your system. And if you don't need the iron, you can choose one that is iron free. That way, you can avoid overload or GI issues. And again, also in this case, investing in a higher quality multivitamin is going to be better for absorption and avoiding harmful fillers. So why invest in just these four? These four supplements will address your foundational needs. Magnesium is great for cellular function and stress resilience. Vitamin D for your immunity and bone health. Omega-3s for inflammation and brain support. And a multivitamin that covers the basics. And that'll basically cover everything that you need. Most people are deficient in at least one of these. This minimalist stack is going to be cost effective for you. It's going to be safe, especially if you know what your levels are and you're working with a healthcare provider, and it's scientifically backed. You might wonder when the best timing is for these supplements. Your multivitamin is going to be great to take in the morning. Your omega-3s are great with any or every meal. And your vitamin D is going to be great with either in the morning or at lunchtime. And of course, your magnesium is going to be best at night. Now, I hope you found this helpful. If you have, please share, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. We are found on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. So follow us wherever is most convenient for you. Now, we don't sell products here. We're not sponsored. It's literally just me and a microphone. There is no social media team behind us. And by us, I mean me. So liking, subscribing, following makes a world of difference for this podcast. I also run a nonprofit called Fatani Autoimmune Foundation, and our mission is to provide financial support for patients in need, educate the public to foster greater awareness and understanding, and fund vital research to advance treatments and find cures. So if you would like to support this mission and this cause, the link is in the channel description as well. So, thank you for your time and for listening and for your support, and I will see you next Friday for a new episode. Later!